In this tutorial, we're going to cover some basic commands in Excel. So here's our basic Excel spreadsheet. It's a grid of cells. You can store and work with data. Every cell in Excel can contain text, it can contain a number, it can contain a formula. Every cell on the spreadsheet is uniquely identified by its column letter and its row number. So this is cell A1 in the top left corner here. This would be cell B3, and you can see that Excel's telling you that there. So you can't edit the column letters or the row numbers. You'll need to put your text, titles, and labels in a cell. And then the charts and things that we create will just float over the cells. So let's start with just selecting text. There are lots of ways to select multiple cells. Here are a few. So you can select an entire column. So if I click on the letter B, I select this entire column B. If I want to select everything on my spreadsheet, I can click in this little gray box between A and 1, and that will select everything on every cell in this worksheet. If I want to select a continuous block, I can click and hold and drag across and select a continuous block. Now, when you've got a continuous block highlighted, don't freak out that the first cell is white and the others are gray. It's still highlighted, it's still selected. The outline, the border is telling you what is selected. So you do have, in this case, G3 through G16 selected, even though G3 is a different shading than the other cells. I can select a continuous set of columns or a continuous set of rows by using that same click and drag and then let up. If I want to select a block and its click and drag isn't convenient, I can click in the top left cell and then take my other hand and hold down the Shift key and click in the bottom right cell, and that's going to select everything from the first cell to the last cell. So if I wanted to select B2 through D60, that would be hard to click and drag through. I can select B2, I can then use my scrolling and scroll down to D60, take my other hand, hold down the Shift key, and come and click on D60, and I have the whole cell, that whole continuous block now highlighted, now selected. So that's continuous blocks, continuous groups of columns. What if we want to select something that's not contiguous, that's not right next to each other? I can select the first group of cells, take my other hand, and this time hold down the Control key, or on Mac, the Command or squashed bug key, and then click and drag the second selection, and I can keep doing that. So I'm now selecting blocks of cells that aren't necessarily right next door to each other.